So we're going to begin with Uriah Smith from Thoughts on Daniel and Revelation, page 521, because we want to show you the Millerite history. And we're going to deal with 1798. What is 1798? This is Uriah Smith. The chronology of the events of Revelation 10 is further ascertained from the fact that this angel is identical with the first angel of Revelation 14. You should underline that and make sure you understand it. In Revelation chapter 10, there's a mighty angel that comes down out of heaven with a little book open in his hand. And Sister White informs us that this mighty angel is no less a personage than Jesus Christ, and that the little book that's open in his hand is the book of Daniel. And by the time you get to the end of chapter 10, John is told to go take that little book and eat it. And it's going to be sweet in his mouth and bitter in his stomach. And in so doing, John's representing the Millerite history that has the message of Daniel that is sweet, but leads them to the bitter disappointment. And the mighty angel of Revelation 10, according to the pioneer logic, is the first angel of Revelation 14. They're the same angel. And we don't spend much time being specific about these angels in Revelation, but we should. Okay, so I want you to see that this mighty angel that comes down in Revelation 10 is also the angel that William Miller believed he was fulfilling the midnight cry by accomplishing the work of the first angel of Revelation 14. Fear God and give him glory, for the hour of his judgment is come. The hour of his judgment being Daniel 8:14. They're the same angel, but these angels are identifying different aspects of the work that's accomplished. So, back to Uriah Smith. The chronology of the events of Revelation 10 is further ascertained from the fact that this angel is identical with the first angel of Revelation 14. Now he's going to tell us what ties them together. The points of identity between them are easily seen. They both have a special message to proclaim. They both utter their proclamation with a loud voice. They both use similar language, referring to the great Creator as the maker of heaven and earth, the sea, and the things that are therein. And they both proclaim time, one swearing that time shall be no more, and the other proclaiming the hour of God's judgment has come. But the message of Revelation 14:6 is located this side of the commencement of the time of the end. Now Uriah Smith is going to tell us that the time of the end is 1798, and that the message of Revelation 14 comes on this side. Uriah Smith's writing this down in this history. So when he says the message of Revelation 14 comes on this side of the time of the end, he's placing it over here somewhere. But the message of Revelation 14:6 is located this side of the commencement of the time of the end. It is a proclamation of the hour of God's judgment come, and hence must have its application in the last generation. Paul did not preach the hour of judgment come. Luther and his coadjutors did not preach it. Paul reasoned of a judgment to come indefinitely future, and Luther placed it at least 300 years off from his day. Moreover, Paul warns the church against any such preaching as that the hour of God's judgment has come until a certain time. In 2 Thessalonians 2, verses 1 through 3, he says, "Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ, and by our gathering together unto him, that you not be soon shaken in mind or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter from us, as that the day of Christ is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition," etc. Here Paul introduces to our view the man of sin, the little horn, the papacy, and covers with a caution the whole period of his supremacy, which, as already noticed, continued 1,260 years, ending in 1798. In 1798, therefore, the restriction against proclaiming the day of Christ at hand ceased. In 1798, the time of the end commenced. the time of the end. In 1798, therefore, the restriction against proclaiming the day of Christ at hand in 1798 ceased. In 1798, the time of the end commenced, and the seal was taken from the little book. Since that period, therefore, the angel of Revelation 14 has gone forth. Now notice what he says. He's saying, if you will see it, that since 1798, the first angel's message has gone forth. The angel of Revelation 14. So in 1798, the first angel of Revelation 14 arrives in history. Pioneer understanding, absolutely airtight, correct. Since that period, therefore, the angel of Revelation 14 has gone forth, proclaiming the hour of God's judgment come. And it is since that time, too, that the angel of chapter 10 has taken his stand on the sea and the land and sworn that time shall be no more. Of their identity there can be no question. And all the arguments which go to locate the one are equally effective in the case of the other. We need not enter into any argument here to show that the present generation is witnessing the fulfillment of these two prophecies. In the preaching of the Advent, more especially from 1840 to 1844, began their full and circumstantial accomplishment. So now he's marking 1840 and 1844. And he's doing it in reference to the first angel of Revelation 14 arriving in 1798. But he's going to mark this first angel here in 1840. And he won't say it this way, but this is where the first angel's message is empowered. But he's still marking the same history and tying them together. In the preaching of the Advent, more especially from 1840 to 1844, began their full and circumstantial accomplishment. The position of this angel, with one foot upon the sea and the other on the land, denotes the wide extent of his proclamation by sea and land. Had this message been designed for only one country, it would have been sufficient for the angel to take his position on the land only. But he has one foot up on the sea, from which we may infer that this message would cross the ocean and extend to the various nations and divisions of the globe. And this inference is strengthened by the fact that the Advent proclamation above referred to did go to every missionary station in the world. More on this on chapter 14. And we know this. From 1840, the first angel's message, according to Sister White's, carried to every mission station in the world. He's quoting her there. This is accomplished when the year-day principle of Bible prophecy is confirmed with the collapse of the Ottoman Empire. We're not dealing with the details at this point. We're just trying to put some things in place of the history of the Millerites so we can see the dynamics of the midnight cry.